Welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live. With me, your host and international award winning Make Every Second Count speaker, Jeff Marconette Jr. Well, this is a show that we like to help you guys deal with the things that you might be dealing with in life by showing you that each person has had to grow through something in order to get to where they are now. So I ask you if you would please share this video out, invite people to watch this video, make sure you give us all kinds of thumbs up, hearts, frowny faces, cry faces, angry faces. Just give us something to help us trick the algorithm on Facebook. Please keep the comments coming because it's good to have interaction. And with no further ado, I would like to bring up Mr. Coffee Cup Chuck. Hey
Hey, what's
Chuck,
going
how
on,
are you
Jeff?
doing tonight?
Hey, man, how you doing, man? I'm fine. I'm fine. Beautiful.
Yes, that is fantastic. I am doing beyond belief so dang well. Nobody would believe it if I was doing any worse because I am always phenomenal.
Yes.
So, if you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, what you do, and more importantly, why you do what you do.
Hey, man, most definitely. So, of course, I'm Coffee Cup Chuck. Uh, I was originally born in Chicago, Illinois, but my mom's and my father, they divorced and separated. So my mom went with my grandparents, and they lived in Omaha, Nebraska. So I basically grew up in Omaha, been living in the Kansas City metro area for the last 10 years. I am a business owner. I own a company called Luminous Technologies. It is a electrical lighting company that specializes in commercial electrical and lighting services. I also host a podcast called The First Cup KC. I'm also the I do a lot of stuff, Jeb.
Yeah.
I'm also the host of a morning Monday through Friday blog called The First Cup KC, where I like to, you know, I like to wake people up with a little reminder of uh, the blessing of being alive. You know, I
That's perfect.
I'm also the founder of an investment group called TAMIC, which is an acronym for the American Mastermind Investment Club.
Oh,
It's 14 members,
wow.
counting myself, and a lot of us are business owners. We just specialize in, investing in the stock market, real estate, and creating small businesses. So I do a lot of stuff, man. I came from humble beginnings, so things weren't always the greatest. Uh, but, the
But you're
mindset you
making them
carry.
great now, right?
Yeah, I changed my mindset, and once that mindset kicked in, it got me to deciding to go a different direction. And I went a
That's
different direction and it worked. But my big thing is I like to help people. I like to inspire people. And the more I inspire people, the more I inspire myself. So
that
uh,
is amazing.
I'm
Thank
glad
you
to be.
so much. I
Man,
am
thank you
so
for,
glad you are here.
yeah, thank you for inviting me, man.
Yeah,
It's
of
a
course.
pleasure.
It's great to have a person on here from Kansas City. I like the town of Kansas City, and I don't know. I was in Overland Park um in February.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Oh, well, yeah, I love
It's
it.
Overland Park where I live.
That's cool. So, I happen to know from personal experience that somebody doesn't just go through something. They have to grow through something. So, you said you changed your mindset. when did you change your mindset?
So it's a funny short story, but I changed my mindset through basically a trauma event. It wasn't a trauma event that was trauma to me, but when you're living a rough life,
Yeah.
it sometimes ends you in jail. So while I was incarcerated on one of my incarcerations, which was the actual last one of the inmates that was not too far from where I was bunking, he had a visit come up to he you know up so in jail on the weekends you have visits,
Yeah.
and your parents can come up and visit Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a lot of these visitors travel far distances to see their family, and they travel in RVs and you know hotel rooms because they stay a couple of days. Well, this guy had his whole entire family travel a couple states over in an RV, and
Wow.
it was like 12 family members inside of this RV, and it unfortunately it got into a fatal car semi collision crash, and it
Wow.
killed everybody in it. And the guy blamed himself. He blamed himself for being in jail and being the reason why they were visiting him. And of course, it broke him. And with me looking at this whole incident take place, it kind of put me in a mindset of this could have been me. This could have been my family. And it just at the time, Jeff, I was reading a book called Think and Grow Rich. But I read the book
Wow.
just to be cool on the yard, just to have the book. But after this incident, I said I have to change. I have to do something to make sure I don't come back to this place, and I have to make sure I don't put my family in any position to where this can end up being them. So that's when I started changing my mindset. And Think and Grow Rich was the first book that actually led me to all the other books that I've devoured over the years. So it started there.
That that is really great. So can I ask what exactly it is that landed you in prison?
So another story. I was 14 years old. Stupid mistakes, the little things that you do, and you figure you're young, and your little mistakes equal up to your age. Well, unfortunately, I committed a couple of crimes when I was 14 years old, and those crimes kind of like backfired on me, and I ended up being sentenced not in juvenile court but in adult court, which sent me to prison. Uh, I didn't I didn't go to prison at the age of 14 because of the process of court, but during the process of court, I turned 15 years old, and I ended up being shipped and transferred to prison at the age of 15. At the
Wow.
time, I was the youngest inmate in the state of Nebraska in prison, but that kind of started that kind of put me on a downslide to a lot of other troubled events, which landed me in and out of jail for, man, the most of 25 years. So, but this last incident and seeing what happened to the guy's family, that kind of, it changes you.
Yeah.
But first time I went to jail for breaking in pawn shops, breaking in houses, little stupid stuff. But the last number, I landed a drug charge. And that right there, you know, you got to draw the line.
Yeah.
And it was definitely one of those things where the actual charge was a charge that was committed years before the arrest. And at that time I was already on an upscale to changing my life, but this kind of like set me back. I think my life was going in the wrong direction, so I had to change it up, and I think sending me to jail was one of the things that changed that direction for me. So Through incarceration, I was able to really indulge in spending a lot of time in my own mind, which jail kind of tends to do. You end up reading a lot of books because books are the only thing that really help you escape the prison environment. Because you can actually imagine and be and do what you want to do. So instead of actually indulging in the bad gangster books and all of those types of fictions and non-fictions, I decided to do self-education. And those self-education books led me to college when I got out of prison. And hey, from there, it was do whatever you do, make sure you do it to 110 degrees. And I mean 110%. And that's what I've done so far. So
That
I'm like
is
you, Jeff. I'm kind of like you, Jeff.
that is really fantastic that you decided to embrace the chance of actually using the prison system as a reformer instead of the people that just go into prison and live out their time and then go outside and get back in trouble and then end up in there again. It's a terrible,
Revolving door.
yeah, it's a terrible revolving door, and it's something that a lot of people should do more of is self growth and their personal growth, because I think if people would actually use it as a reform system, then they would reform their life, I guess. So, how exactly? All right. So I take it you guys had a library at the prison.
Yes.
All right. How exactly did you figure out which books were the right books?
Oh well. So I'm gonna just say it like this: it's very hard to get the right books in a library in prison unless it's an encyclopedia or a dictionary, or of course the Bible. You get a lot of those books in there, but other than that, they're books that really don't advance you. So you have to get those books from people outside. They have to mail them inside, or you have to order them from some sort of shopping list. They cost money. You know, they make you pay for those special books because, of course, education is a sacrifice, and you know the sweetest sacrifice you can make is to end up with a book of that knowledge magnitude in prison because you got all of that spare time to actually indulge and get an understanding of the book without all of the distractions. So you definitely not going to get a good book in a prison library. They're going to pump you up with the stuff that just keeps you. Uh, I don't think they really want you to be too smart, but I definitely know they want you to be occupied. So Western books, romance books, gangster books, um, and like I said, the Bibles and encyclopedias and law books. They got all kind of books like that. But if you really want like the how to win friends and influence people and the art of the laws of human nature, or I mean, all these types of books that you're gonna definitely have to spend the money or find someone from the outside that's willing to help out with your education. And I had a lot of people that seen that I needed the change, and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll send them the books, whatever. If it's a good book like that, send it to them." But I gotta let them know now they worked. So thank you for those books.
Yeah, so tonight we're here with Coffee Cup Chuck, and he is telling us about his mindset journey, him getting into the right mindset through the prison system. And it's really cool, and I hope you guys can take something away from this. Now, Chuck, I have a guy named Chris that lives in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, he sees himself and he sees his life and he sees the opportunities in his life as something that holds him back. How would you suggest he approaches things differently and sees that anything is possible, that you can achieve everything you want? You just have to actually work for it. And how can you, how would you tell somebody like that to go about it?
Well, first of all, belief means everything. You have to believe that things will work themselves out, even if you don't have a great understanding of how things are going to process. You first have to believe that you can do or get or acquire or have whatever you want. And if you want a great outcome, you just have to believe that that outcome is going to be great. That's the first step. Once you believe it, then you automatically start putting yourself in the position, carrying the character, the attitude, the will, the endurance to actually move yourself towards it. Believe that you can get and acquire what you need to get and acquire, and don't stop. Don't ever stop. My biggest thing was, what would people think about me doing what I do? Is different, and a lot of people, they like to shun on the difference in people, and that right there is the regret that everyone a lot of people take to their graves, that they held back from doing what they really wanted, or had a great idea and didn't let that great idea flourish, or was scared to take that next step and go past what they're normally used to. That regret at that gravesite, when you're ready to ascend, is always the people that I let stop me.
Yeah, that's great
It's always
advice.
people. It's not. It's all.
Sorry, you
Yeah.
broke up there for a
It's
minute.
yeah. It was a little sluggish. I seen your screen going in and out for a second there, but no, just believe. Just man, just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, not 20% or 90% or even 99%. 100% believing in yourself, and that things will work out for you, man. And you're right. Like I said before, you're right on the right path. After that, you got to let the naysayers go. You can't uh, doubt yourself because of what other people will say or think. You got to just know that you're meant for it. And good luck, man. Definitely good luck.
Yeah, that's great advice, and I know that he is really trying, and he works hard, and he has these limitations in his mind that hold him back. So, what do you think is the best way for somebody to change those limitations?
Well, there's always two ways to look at something. You can always look at it in a negative way, or you can always look at it in a positive way. Just try switching it. You know,
Yeah, that brings up one of my favorite pictures. So I'm gonna show you.
yeah, you left. You back?
Sorry, dude. My internet just took a crap on me.
Okay, I figured. I was like, whoa, it's still scrolling across the screen, but the
Yeah.
videos, I guess we're live. So I'm live.
Well, sorry about that. Yeah. Well, we're back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there, but I had some internet issues there for a minute. It was acting all weird, guys. I couldn't get anything to work. It was so strange. But I was we were just talking about some people only seeing what they want to see and always looking at the negative side of things. And in this picture, I see the father and the baby who are both still alive. I see the baby is still hungry because it's eating. I see that the father is on the phone talking to somebody, so he has people that love him out there somewhere. They're all not dead. His life isn't dead. Just because something happened to him, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And
Yeah.
that's a big thing that I like to show people and tell people. And they might not believe that all the time. So, Chuck, I know we got kind of cut off there, and I've kind of lost my train of thought. But is there any contact information you would like to give out to people, or tell them how they can listen to your podcast?
So if you guys are on social media, YouTube, it's the First Cup KC with the word first spelt out all the way. Uh, Tune in every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. New episode comes out. I like to air special people in the community, people who've overcame things, people who are doing great things in the community, like business owners or people who've overcame large obstacles. I like to I just like to let people know who's out there in the community and what they're doing. The more great people we showcase, the more greatness we put in the minds of others to be great. So that's definitely something that I love to do. So YouTube, the First Cup KC. Other than that, if you want to follow me Monday through Friday on the First Cup KC, where I do my morning. So basically, I got to tell you this, Jeff, because this is
Okay.
something that I do with my wife, and it kind of it's like that superpower, super couple thing. So she makes my cups, and on the front of the cup, there's a image. That image basically displays a message, and I'll write a blog up about that message, and it's basically delivered first thing in the morning, man. It's like that first cup of coffee. And the reason why I do it is because sometimes we forget about things. We know a lot. Trust me, we all know a lot, but sometimes it's just a good thing to be reminded of things. And that's what I like to do. I like to remind people to keep going. I like to remind people that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I like to remind people that you shouldn't be afraid to fail, because you just fail is just practice at being great. So, and I like to spread those messages. So follow me, the First Cup KC, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, I'm on there. Uh,
TikTok.
yep, I get you famous. I get you famous, and not famous. I get you inspired. I get you motivated. Um, I love being a positive person, man. I love it.
Yeah, and actually, guys, you can follow me on TikTok too at Jeff Marconette Jr. So that's pretty awesome. I'm going to have to go look for the First Cup KC and dude, I
We're
don't
back.
know what's going on tonight.
Hey, but I held my pose on this one.
Yeah, my friend Dr. Obama Bowen always says another level, a new devil. So I'm facing a new devil
Yeah.
in my internet having technical difficulties. So, but guys, I want to remind you that everybody out there, including you, Mr. Coffee Cup, you need to make every second count. Why, you might ask? Because you never know when the seconds are going to run out on your one life. Hey guys, I'll see you back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, don't forget that you have to make every second count.
Yeah.
I'll see you later. Have a great night, Chuck.
Take it easy, big guy.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.